Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 10 of Wands. This is sometimes an overwhelmed energy, right? I feel like you're somebody who is really like burning the candle at both ends, taking on so many responsibilities that there's just no time left for anything else, This is too much. This is overworked. And maybe this is how it has to be for you. Maybe you think there's no other way right now. You've got to go pedal to the metal. You've taken on a lot. I think that this card is saying just make sure you don't burn yourself out, okay? But it could be that you're very close to victory, okay? You may be saying, I can't slow down right now as much as you want to, right? Maybe you're so close to the goal that you can get there before you run out of gas, yeah? Well, let's put this card into a little bit of context and see what's going on here for you. We have an Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. We have a Prince of Wands. We have an Ace of Wands. A Four of Swords. A Princess of Swords. 7 of Cups. And a Knight of Wands. Queen of Cups. A lot of court cards here today. And the Art or Temperance card. A lot of court cards here. Interesting. I feel like there are a lot of people involved in your life right now. Maybe this is you trying to be attentive to as many of these people as you can. Perhaps you have a lot of people in your life right now that are kind of like all making their own demands of you. And you might be trying to sort of honor your commitments to everybody. And it may start feeling a little overwhelming. All right. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, if at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be. Put your prediction in the comments right below the video, okay? Now, as we look around the room here, well, we only see the one major arcana card, and it's the Temperance card, okay? So it kind of is a message that says, we're going to have to slow down a little bit. Maybe not slowing down. Maybe the reallocation of some of your energy. It's not like you have to go slower or do less, but you've just got to swap things out for other things so that your needs are getting met as well. Because that Temperance card, it's not about exclusion. It's not necessarily about, I just want to slow down. I want to do half of what I'm doing now. No, maybe you like the pace. Maybe it's like you want to have some of those hours devoted to other things. Maybe things that mean more to you. There could be a question of the value or the importance of what you're doing now. Is your heart still in all of these things? Anyway, we got the majors. We got fire, 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 some water, some air, and a little bit of earth. It's mostly all of this fire energy, right? And the 10 of Wands is like maximum fire. It's stress. It's over responsibility. It's overwork. It's burnout. You've taken on a lot. We might need to kind of redistribute the load a little bit. Shift it into other places. How can we make it a little easier right now? Okay. I'm seeing somebody that's trying to carry all the groceries in from the car at once. You got the bags lined up on either arm, a couple on your leg, and you're just trying to, maybe it would be easier just to make 2 trips, you know? You'll still get everything in the house. You'll still accomplish what you set out to accomplish. It's not really going to take you any extra time. But it would be a lot easier and you wouldn't be putting yourself at risk, okay? You might need to ask for help. You might need to delegate a task to somebody else. Realize at least that you don't have to carry everything by yourself, okay? This week, consider dropping something that is urgent, but it's not really that important. 7 of Cups that we have down here is kind of telling me that not everything you're doing right now you really feel is like all that meaningful. See if there's any way also this week that you can streamline your system, simplify, and allow yourself to rest. Rest does not equal weakness. Your productivity does not equal your worth. Okay? Your energy, your health, your well-being matters more than the to-do list. Lighten the load where you can. Release something that you don't need to be carrying right now so that maybe you can fit in a little bit of self-care, a little bit of rest. I feel like things are just, it's too much right now. And especially since we've got an Ace of Pentacles here. A new thing is trying to squeeze into your life, a new opportunity, some room for material growth, some sort of stability, a new foundational support or something, right? A seed wants to be planted. This could be money, could be work, could be health, could be home. This is asking for a small investment. This is asking for a little bit of your time, okay? And it may be investing time, effort, energy, money, or space to your well-being, okay? Into your health. It's kind of like saying, okay, you're going at level 10. There's no room for this to squeeze in there. If we take one of these wands away, then we have room for this. And this is either the side hustle, or it's yet another side project. This could be an hour of sleep. This could be time to sit down and slowly have a meal, right? This could be, it could be some other kind of self-care habit or something that has value to it, right? The idea of the pentacles is that this is a coin, right? It's something of value. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's a new money opportunity. This could be an opportunity for growth, personal growth, or just personal well-being, or something that you want or you need. It's something real, and maybe something sustainable. This is something in your physical world that needs to improve. It needs your support. It needs your energy. So if we can redistribute some of the weight we're carrying now, then maybe we can say, oh, okay, I can take this along too. We have this backpack on. Can't fit, it's like a video game. Can't fit anything more in your inventory, but you really need to do this because this is like, well, you got to bring food, or you got to bring your pillow so you can sleep. You got to bring, I don't know, time for relaxation. You got to have at least one bubble bath in there somewhere. But something else has to go out of the backpack to make room for this. Well, look for the things that you're carrying that you really don't care about anymore. Because it's something you don't value, because this is something you do value. 7 of Cups, all these things that you're doing that you don't value. There's nothing, it's toxic, it's nothing good here. There's nothing real there, right? find the one thing that you can let go of so you can make room for this. Because it needs you to invest in it, you see. This is the start of something that is good for you. Now, under the surface, you have your Prince of Wands. This is sustainability. The Prince of Wands is somebody that has paced themselves, and they know that they can sort of, carry it out. Okay? That you're trusting yourself. This is the cruise control. Well, everything is kind of balanced now, but if we try to add this new thing in there, it's going to throw everything off balance. Okay? So with this card, there is purpose, it is fixed fire, it is a steady pace, but I feel like we're starting to realize we can't keep going this way for very long. Because this is going to run out of gas, let's say. Okay? This is a card of leadership, it's a card of purpose. It's kind of like you're setting the pace. And I wonder if this is that realization that things are gonna run out of gas. We're gonna run out of steam at some point. So it's kind of saying, let's focus on what really matters. Don't scatter your energy around trying to do too much at once. Okay? Make the move right now that's going to align with your long-term plan, not the short-term plan. Okay? In other words, you have to calculate how much fuel you have and how far are you trying to go. Because we could be really just burning rubber at the beginning, but then we're not going to get very far. This is something that you need to consider right now. Because you're going to get the win. You're going to succeed. You will be victorious. And the victory is going to change your life, absolutely, but you've got to make sure that you can continue on this path. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, marathon, not a sprint. And of course, you have your Ace of Wands over here too. Because there are a lot of things that you're doing that are worthwhile, and that, you have a lot of things on your plate, and you have a great amount of inspiration. This is motivation. This is a creative fire. Yeah. This is a surge of energy or inspiration. It's a project, it is a pitch, it's a conversation, or it's a change, right, that wants to be started. So it wants to reach this, it's like something new is trying to enter your life, but we're so clogged up with so many other responsibilities. Our plate is already so full that what you really want to do, what really feels exciting and feels like, inspired, and we're motivated, we have this spark. There's no room for that spark. There's nothing, something has to be pushed out. It's plain and simple. Universe is showing you a green light here with something, but that 10 of Wands is like, I'm too exhausted to do it. I don't have enough room in my heart. I'm too busy, basically, right? I'm saying, I'm too busy to do it. But this is what's really important. Because if you don't follow through with this 7 of Cups is going to get worse. And so it really is just a matter of shifting things around, rebalancing your life. The 10 of Wands being the allocation of your energy. You have to take energy away from something in order to give it to something else. And there's something new coming. There's something new that's here that you feel inspired to do. You've got to act on that spark. You can't if you're already overloaded with too many things. Okay. 4 of Swords here coming next. To me, this is part of that mental balance. This is us figuring out a stress-free way to kind of make a plan, to keep something going in a particular way. It's rest, it's quiet, it's a reset, and it may be that right now your mind needs a little bit of a timeout in order to figure out the best way to do it. So we're stepping back from the conflict, we're stepping back from the problem, and we're taking a break, you know? Give yourself some time to rest, because I think if you can do that, if you can step away for a moment at least, then I think you'll find clarity. You'll come to realize what the Seven of Cups is. I'm trying to think of the right way to talk about the Seven of Cups for you. It feels like we have a lot of stuff on our plate. We really have no interest in eating. So let's scooch it off of there to make room for what we really want to have. Okay? Not everything you're doing is like that. But if you can rest your mind, if you can take a break from the noise, not everything needs to be figured out right this second. Spend some time clearing your mind, clearing your head, resting. That's a big thing right now, I think. Get some sleep, get some rest, relax. That's going to help your mental clarity. And that mental clarity will help you to identify what thing on your plate needs to go. You know, it's like you're looking at one of those pictures. What thing here does not belong? Okay, but first you need to step away. You need to be able to rest and relax. Your mind will be clear. When you come back to this question, and it's math. It's simple numbers here. You have a 10, there's no room for another one. Something you have to take one out if you want to add one in. You only have 10 slots open, and you have 11 things to do. So obviously the math doesn't work. You will return to this problem when your mind is clear and when you're not feeling so overwhelmed. And then I think you're going to see it a lot clearly. You'll be able to see exactly what that Seven of Cups is. Now, the Princess of Swords is very curious. It's seeking truth. It's a mental awakening. So you're coming back, and your mind tomorrow, let's say, tomorrow your mind is sharp. You're using it to ask better questions. Not to overanalyze, but to say, instead of like, how can I cram another thing on my plate? We're asking a different question. Why do I have so much shit on my plate? Pardon my language. This is a family show. Which one of these things gots to go? You know? So you're looking at it with a well-rested mind. Yeah. And you're starting to see the bigger picture. And you're speaking honestly. But you're making sure that you are sure of what you're saying. And so then it's kind of like you're speaking the word, you're sending out the memo, you're communicating what your new understanding of this situation is. This is a time to really learn what it is you want and to get clarity about what you value and communicate that. Observe. First, step away, clear your mind. Come back to it with the right frame of the right questions in mind. And really look at, this is too much fire energy for you. And with all the court cards, it does feel as if you've committed, it's almost like you've committed yourself to different people for the same time slot. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like Friday at noon, I'll be here with you, but I've also said yes to you and you and you and you and you. You can't be in 10 places at once. We're going to have to make that phone call. We're going to have to figure out which one of these things I need to cancel. One or more, you know. So it's kind of like you're going to have to disappoint somebody. Yeah. You're going to have to disappoint somebody. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Let me know which card on the path of the dove seems to resonate with you the most. Yeah? Let's talk about our Seven of Cups. This is, in some ways, this is overthinking. But I feel like this is kind of us like big eyes, little belly, you know? Feeling like we can sort of take on a lot more than we actually can. Too many choices now. Too many things I want to do. I'm saying yes to everything. But I want to go to lunch with you and you and you and you and you and you and you all at the same time, but at different restaurants. It's impossible. The math doesn't work. The heart doesn't know math. The heart just knows desire. Okay? So you got to narrow your choices down. It's like you go to the buffet and you just want to eat everything. You can't. It doesn't, the math doesn't add up. Your stomach's not that big, you know? So you're going to have to be discerning. You're going to have to narrow your choices down. Okay? You're going to have to reevaluate the things that you've committed to. And you're not trying to escape the problem. You're not just going to kind of run away. You're going to figure it out and you're going to speak up. Okay? And you're going to choose those things that resonate with you. And you're not going to choose the things that don't resonate with you. You're choosing what feels true and what feels real, not just what felt exciting, because I feel like the excitement is kind of what got us into the mess of having too many things to do at the same time. Because they all felt exciting. Every single one of them felt exciting. Okay? And now here we go with another one, Ace of Wands. Another one feels exciting. I'm going to do that one too. Okay, you can, but it means something else has to go. So identify the one that you don't care about anymore and let that one go to make room for this one. Okay? And if there were different cards here, I'd say you can't do this new exciting thing until you finish one of the other ones. But with that Seven of Cups, I feel like there's something here that you don't even care to finish. I feel like that needs to be jettisoned from your ship. Okay. Now we have a Knight of Wands here in the environment, and this is bold, courageous, high energy, risk-taking. This is a go for it kind of week. So you're not hesitating. Okay? This is a big, bold step that you're taking. And this is you allowing something to take up space in your life. You're moving with confidence. You're taking up space. So I feel like what's happening in your life right now is that something that isn't very meaningful is shifting out of your life. So you can pursue something freely that really does resonate with you. Mystery card, probably be the Lover's card. Probably be an Ace of Cups or something, right? Your passion is a gift, and you got to let it move you. But you need the responsibility to say, okay, I can't just keep piling stuff up on my shoulders. I have to let go of something if I want to bring something else in. This feels like something you really want to bring in. It feels like something you really, really want to do. Okay? There's a scheduling conflict, basically, right? There's an allocation of energy conflict. And that's what needs to be resolved right now. So you got to identify that, and you have to be willing to speak up about it and be honest. Okay? You can't just say, "Oh yeah, I can handle that too." One more thing on your plate. No, you got to say, "Hey, look, that's too much. I want to do this one over here, but can I do these other things next week, or never, or give them to somebody else, please?" We have to be able to have that conversation either with ourselves or with our boss or with our family or whatever this is for you. Now, Queen of Cups is coming next. This is emotional wisdom. This is compassion. And you understand the feelings of others. You have a lot of compassion. I feel like you need to have some compassion for yourself. Okay, this is emotional transparency. It's radical self-acceptance, radical self-love, self-compassion, self-empathy. And it basically is you really getting down to the truth of it and saying, I don't care about these things. There's something here that just doesn't belong. I don't want it. I don't care about it. Why am I doing it? Okay. Being emotionally intelligent and knowing what that feeling means. Because this is the feeling that we're kind of stuck here. You're stuck, but you have 1,000 things on your shoulders. That's why you're stuck. Okay? So there's no guilt or shame or weakness or any kind of negative connotation to saying, I don't want to do this thing or this group of things anymore because it doesn't resonate with me. I don't care about it. I don't want it. I'm not interested in it. You've got to be willing to speak that truth. First, you have to be willing to feel it, or to be able to like accept that you feel it. Sometimes you can feel a 7 of Cups and you can try to deny it. No, I'm not tired. I'm not tired at all. I can keep going. I'm not full. I'm not overwhelmed. I can keep going. It's like it's kind of that pride, you know. We've got to be willing to say the truth, to speak the truth. Now, with this Temperance card, I feel like you're tempering your energy. You're healing. You're bringing things in balance. There's moderation and there's alignment here. Bringing all parts of this thing into harmony. Okay? We're trying to make room for everything that we want to do in life. We're trying to make room for everything that matters. Okay? Bold text, everything that matters. The stuff that doesn't matter doesn't matter. Okay? Your emotional and your practical selves are sort of working together. The heart wants what the heart wants. The mind knows that the math at least has to add up. I think you're being very realistic. And you're finding a way to make room for those things in your life that you really care about, that really matter. And the rest of it is just junk. Okay? This is a card of combining things. It's not really a card of choice. Okay, it's kind of even a card that says you don't have to exclude anything. This is about figuring out a way to make everything fit. But if the math doesn't work, the math doesn't work. And in your case, the math doesn't work. Okay? But when we get here, this is the merging phase. Because the Queen of Cups has already done that deep dive into your own heart to find out what matters. Now that you know what matters to you and what doesn't, now you can combine. So alchemy first is the dissolving, the separating of everything, sorting it all out, purifying it, burning off the stuff that is not important, and then combining what's left into a refined, elevated, higher octave, version, best version of life. And that's exactly what you're doing. This is an alchemical process. This is you transforming yourself, transforming your life, because you're now doing that sort of, that inner alchemy, but also that sort of outer alchemy too. And this is the fire, right? The fire of calcination, burning off all of the, the gross material that is just, it's the unnecessary stuff. This is how you transform your life. You focus your energy. You have 10 wands. Focus each of those wands on what matters, getting rid of everything that doesn't matter, and your victory, your win, is going to come like that. I guarantee it. Let's look at the mystery card. I want the win. I want a 6 of Pentacles. I want a 6 of Cups, Ace of Cups, maybe a 6 of Wands. No, I don't think. I think 6 of Cups or 6 of Pentacles, yeah. Wheel of Fortune, maybe the Empress, maybe the Universe or World card. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. 3 of Wands. Okay, we can deal with the 3 of Wands because this is expansion. This is how do we get the win? How do we grow our life? Well, sometimes with the 7 of Cups, it feels like our life isn't growing. No, because we've been watering it with toxic water. So of course our life isn't growing, you know. Watering it with things that matter, that things that are nourishing, the things that we find valuable. That's how we grow our life. This is progress, expansion, momentum. I'm getting results. This is the win. Now what you've been working on is starting to show real results because you're not wasting your time on stuff that doesn't matter. Okay? You're making room when you feel the spark, when you feel the inspiration. You're doing it because you can, because you know how to shift your energy into that, which means the other stuff isn't, some other things anyway. Those other things aren't important anymore. This is what's important. It takes real wisdom and real discernment to be able to do that. This could also be networking, collaborating, and reaching out. Finding a way to make room for this good idea you have by jettisoning the bad ideas. Stop putting effort into things that don't work so that you can try this new thing. And delegating, reaching out, collaborating, letting other people pick up some of this extra work too. Okay. This is the real progress. And bigger opportunities are lining up for you. You're going to have to keep this going. You know, the payoff is forming for you. You have to understand how to allocate your energy here, how to shift your energy. When new things, new good ideas are going to come in, something else has to be let go of. You got to be able to do that math, okay? And this is going to be extraordinary. You're building momentum here. Your world is expanding. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's happening, all right? Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio on Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.